We're taught to think that yelling and fighting are the worst things in a relationship. But what if that's wrong? The most dangerous moment, the real red flag, isn't when she's arguing with you. It's when she stopped. That's silence. That's not peace. That's the calm before a storm you might not see coming. And that's what we're talking about today. We're calling it the silent threshold. It's that invisible line a person crosses when their patience, their energy, their hope for the relationship just ends. And trust me, it's not a sudden snap. It's a slow, quiet walk toward a final breaking point. Hey, before we jump in, if this is the kind of stuff you find interesting, do us a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget the little bell icon. That way you'll never miss out when we explore these big topics. We'd love to have you with us. So, what does this journey to the silent threshold actually look like? Well, we've broken it down into 4 parts. First up, we have the language of care. Then we'll look at the vulnerability of giving in. Next, we get to the most critical part, the breaking point. And finally, we'll explore the finality of done. All right, let's get into it. Okay, first section, the language of care. It's so easy to take for granted the little things a partner does, to see them as just habits, right? But they're not. Every single one is a conscious choice, a real investment in the relationship. Just think about it. That text asking how your day was, her remembering your favorite meal after a tough week, always being that soft place for you to land. These aren't just random acts of kindness. Each one is like a brick she's laying for a future you're supposed to be building together. It shows she believes in you, in us. So that brings up a really important question. What's going on when she's clearly hurt, but she doesn't say a word? What does that silence actually mean? Because it's heavy, right? You can feel it. That silence isn't her playing games or giving you the cold shoulder. It's actually a kind of painful hope. It's a test. She's waiting, quietly, to see if you'll notice her pain without her having to spell it out. She's hoping to feel seen, to know that you're paying enough attention to see she's not okay. All right, let's move on to our second point, the vulnerability of giving in. Now, the phrase giving in has a bad rap. It sounds like weakness, like you're losing, but in a relationship, it's actually one of the biggest signs of strength. Let's be really clear here. Giving in isn't about admitting you're wrong when you're not. It's a courageous choice to put the connection first. It's saying, us being okay is more important than me winning this fight. It's prioritizing the relationship over the conflict. And this kind of vulnerability really shows up in 3 key ways. First, there's the sacrifice of pride. Then there's what we call the gentle plea. And finally, there's the fear of loss. Let's take a look at each one. Okay, the sacrifice of pride. After an argument, being the first one to swallow your pride and reach out, that takes courage. It's a powerful statement. It's you actively choosing us over your own need to be right. Next is the gentle plea. This is when she softens up after a disagreement and seeks that closeness again. It's not just about making up. It's her quietly asking for a refill. She gives so much love and energy, and in that moment, she's checking to see if there's some left for her too. And finally, there's the fear of loss. Sometimes things that might look like jealousy or being a bit clingy are actually coming from a deep place of value. It means she sees you, the relationship, as a treasure, something she's terrified of losing. And all this leads us to the most critical stage of all, the breaking point. This is what happens when all that investment, all that vulnerability, just keeps hitting a wall. It's the moment the well of her patience truly starts to run dry. Here's the big misconception. Most people think the loudest, most fiery fights are the most dangerous part of a relationship. But the reality? It's the exact opposite. Fighting means she still cares. It means she's still engaged and believes things can be fixed. The real danger is the silence that comes after the fighting stops. Because in that silence, a quiet, painful calculation begins in her mind. She starts to weigh everything she puts into the relationship against what she's getting back. She's asking herself, is all the love I give worth the crumbs I'm receiving? It's like an emotional accounting that her partner has no idea is even happening. Think of it like a scale. On one side, you've got the joy of loving you. On the other, the pain of staying. For a long time, the joy outweighs the pain. But with every unanswered plea, every moment of feeling invisible, the pain side gets heavier. The tipping point is that exact moment the scale flips, when the pain of staying is finally heavier than the joy of loving you. And that is when the decision is made. And this brings us to our final section, the finality of done. Because once that tipping point is reached, once that decision is made, it's final. This isn't a threat. It's not a negotiating tactic. It's simply the end of a chapter.
Now, this doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow burn. First, she makes excuses for you. Then she holds on to the hope that you'll change, that things will get better. The real shift happens when she starts recognizing her own worth, when she realizes she deserves more. And that's when the giving in stops. Forever.
So when she finally says, "I'm done," it's crucial to understand it's not an ultimatum. It's not a cry for you to fight for her. It's a statement of fact. It is the formal, quiet closing of a book that's been finished for a long time. And here's the part that's so hard for people to grasp. She might still love you. The feelings don't just disappear. But she will choose her own peace, her own sanity, over the potential of who you could be. She's lived on potential for too long, and she just can't do it anymore. See, to even get to this point, she's already done the hard work. She has grieved the loss of the relationship while she was still in it. She has quietly built up her own strength and realized she can absolutely survive without you. And once she knows that, there's no bridge back. The path forward is hers alone. So, if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. A woman's patience, her love, her willingness to give, it's vast, it's incredible. But it is not infinite. Cherish her vulnerability, because if you don't, that same vulnerability will harden into the strength she uses to walk away. This is a powerful and often painful experience. I'm sure it resonates with a lot of you. Have you ever been in this situation? Maybe you were the one who had to go silent, or maybe you were the one left behind in the quiet. Share your story in the comments. We can all learn from each other. And hey, if you want to understand more about the deep complexities of human connection, I highly recommend you subscribe to the Psychology of Love YouTube channel. They have some truly incredible insights. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today.